And the Marcus Whitman Hotel is set to reopen soon. We'll give you the latest on the investigation into the gas leak that caused the closure in the first place. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Wednesday. Hey, it's midweek.
Yes, it's a windy Wednesday.
It is.
Woke up this morning, could hear it.
You woke up windy Wednesday?
Woke up on a windy Wednesday.
Yes,
I did.
exactly. and our folks might as well. The winds are starting to slow down Yakima area. Let's take a look outside at our lovely Columbia Point Skycam, and still a very calm morning besides a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind. But we're looking at just a little bit of traffic out there so far. So let's take a look at our shower activity. And we do have heavier cells still slowly going through the Prosser area. Showers just in the vicinity, Yakima, Toppenish, and just to the east of Ellensburg. We have more shower activity on the way for most of our areas. So get ready for a bit of a wet Wednesday morning. We'll see some more clearing as the day goes on. And again, off and on showers for Yakima. And look at these highs, mid to lower 60s. And we're seeing wind as well, especially in the mid-Columbia and Blues. That'll be through our early afternoon, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds at times. Then we'll see much calmer conditions as we head into Thursday and Friday, with possible showers returning this weekend. Speaking of this weekend, we also have a partial eclipse Saturday morning. We're looking at clouds all so far, but hopefully that'll clear out enough so we can see it. It'll be early around the 9 o'clock hour for Saturday. I'll get into that, and mostly AM rain, cool temperatures continue. All of that in my forecast. That's coming up, but right now we'll send it back to Jill.
A man has been arrested and charged in the death of a baby in Kennewick. 41-year-old Timothy Barnett has been charged with manslaughter in the death of a 2-month-old child. Kennewick police and first responders were called to the 4300 block of West Hood Avenue for reports that an infant had stopped breathing in September 2021. Despite life-saving efforts, the baby was pronounced dead at the scene. Through an investigation, authorities say enough evidence was found to file charges against Barnett. He was arrested October 9th on charges of first-degree manslaughter. He's currently at the Benton County Jail on over $1 million bond. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and while survivors' safety is the top priority, experts are hoping to attack the root of the problem, not by just putting abusers in jail, but by looking deeper at why they're doing it. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us the Yakima Domestic Violence Coalition is now putting an emphasis on treating offenders.
Expedited arrest warrants, improved information sharing between agencies, better access to victim services. All changes the Yakima Domestic Violence Coalition has made since it formed more than 2 years ago. But YWCA Yakima Executive Director Sherry Kilty says there's more to be done.
Well, I think if we want to seriously try to impact and end or reduce domestic violence, we cannot leave the abusive partner out of the equation.
That means making sure they have access to DVIT, Domestic Violence Intervention Treatment.
It's a counseling process that really helps them change their thinking, their behaviors, to live a more violence-free life.
It's often court-ordered, and offenders are thoroughly assessed before entering the program.
They help identify kind of all the factors of things that are going on in your life and help create a treatment plan. Nationwide, 74% of folks that come through this kind of treatment do actually change their behaviors.
Roger Ackerman, a substance use disorder and domestic violence counselor at Apple Valley Counseling Services, says he's seen it change his clients' lives.
This is a young kid who has explosive, volatile behaviors. He brings home the material and he shares this with his girlfriend, and she's already telling him the changes that she has seen in him.
They're changes Ackerman's familiar with on a personal level.
I know that substance use goes in hand with domestic violence, and I have a history myself. I've been there. This is where empathy comes out.
But the demand for his help is high, and it's creating a backlog, with only 4 agencies providing the treatment in Yakima County.
We just need extra providers, extra workers in the field.
And funding that can help offenders cover the cost of treatment, which isn't covered by insurance.
If they can get around that, we would see more consistency, because there's a small amount that go through the program and then just can't continue it.
Ackerman says continuing is hard, but it's worth it.
If the ex-wife was here and my 2 kids, one of them will talk to me now, but they said the wounds were deep, Dad. But what I've gained is hope in all this, and that fortifies me to give someone else.
In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Coalition officials say they're hoping more providers will come forward to offer this treatment and that doing so might save lives. The owner of Classic Towing in Pasco has been arrested after Pasco police conducted a search warrant on the company. On October 5th, the owner Jesse Lopez was arrested for allegations of criminal impersonation, extortion, and theft. Pasco police say if anyone has done business with Classic Towing and believe they may have been a victim, to contact Detective Taylor at the number on your screen. The Marcus Whitman Hotel in Walla Walla has been shut down for 3 weeks due to a gas leak investigation, a big contributor to the city's tourism revenue and a major venue for conferences and events. Apple Valley News Now's Anna Trejo says despite the closure, the city is optimistic about its outlook.
The Marcus Whitman Hotel has been around for many decades, a well-known hotel that has accommodated many business travelers, families, and tenants. It is also a big draw for conferences and events.
The last few weeks, we've seen about a 15% drop in hotel occupancy, which is about right on for what the Marcus Whitman is in terms of our overall capacity. So it has definitely affected our hotel rooms.
Guy Glazier is Executive Director for Visit Walla Walla. 3 weeks out of the 52 weeks is just a minor disruption to the city, and it doesn't stop Walla Walla from being a go-to destination.
That a lot of our visitors do come from the drive regions, and so you wouldn't necessarily know that the hotel was closed if you were to walk Main Street on a Saturday, because it's been very, very busy.
With the gas leak investigation still ongoing, Glazier says he is thankful the community has been understanding and willing to help where they can.
We, as well as other community organizations, really, I think, did a great job of jumping in and helping relocate some of those conferences and conventions that were here. We know our partners at the Walla Walla Fairgrounds were able to help almost instantly accommodate large groups. At the community college as well, they've been very eager to help out. So those large groups have been able to still come visit and conduct business.
Apple Valley News Now spoke to David Galvadone, Interim General Manager of the Marcus Whitman Hotel. He says the hotel is preparing to open the West Building on Thursday. Reporting in Walla Walla, Anna Trejo, Apple Valley News Now.
The Walla Walla Post Office is back open and running on normal business hours. Sumac Street and the section of North 2nd Avenue between Sumac and Cherry Street has also reopened. A rundown of what has happened so far with the gas leak investigation can be found at applevalleynewsnow.com. Yakima Valley College has received a $1 million grant from the National Science Foundation designed to support STEM students from low-income backgrounds over the next 6 years. According to YVC officials, the funding will go toward the college's new Scientist Training 2 program, as well as providing students with research opportunities, field trips, and other resources. About $600,000 has been set aside for scholarships meant to enable at least 60 low-income students to complete their degrees.
Having access to a scholarship worth up to $10,000 is often enough to help cover all of their expenses that were not being met by other means.
Building off of the college's previous new scientist training program in 2016, the funding will help provide scholarships for low-income and first-generation students. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Goodness, we have more wind and more rain this morning, but we have changes coming as we head into Thursday and Friday. I'll get you ready for your Wednesday and my first alert weather forecast coming up.
Plus, last night was opening day for the NHL, and the Seattle Kraken were in action against the defending Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights. We have highlights coming up next.
KFC's Wednesday Country Fried Steak Meal is a delicious value, complete with mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a biscuit, all for the incredible price of just $5.99. Really, what's left to say? How about see you again next Wednesday? Country Fried Steak Meal just $5.99, only at KFC.
Stan, Where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot. Where could she?
Hey, everybody. I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
Join the fun at this year's Free Fall Festival, October 12th and 14th. 2 days of free fun, movie night at Fairchild Cinemas in Pasco, and fun and games at Volunteer Park. Brought to you by Gisa Credit Union, Lord's Health, and Pasco Parks and Recreation.
I love life, man. Let's go get this.
If at first you don't succeed,
come on. Spin again.
Still loving life?
I'm loving life.
Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, new tonight on ABC.
Since 1975, the Tri-Cities Food Bank has been meeting the need of the hungry here in our community, 40% of which are children. Yokes and McCurley, they do this food drive, which we count on every year. When people go and buy a car there, they are supporting the Tri-Cities Food Bank, and we can never say thank you enough.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Mazda.
Join us Saturday, November 11th from 4 to 8 p.m. as Bubbles and Bites returns to the Walter Clore Wine and Culinary Center in Prosser. Spend the evening sipping on local sparkling wines while sampling sweet and savory bites from regional chefs. Be sure to stock up on your favorite wines for holiday parties and gifts. Tickets for Bubbles and Bites are just $25 and on sale now at tourprosser.com. Space is limited. Get your tickets today.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Wednesday morning. Well, last night was opening day for the NHL, and the Seattle Kraken kicked off their season hoping to spoil the Golden Knights Stanley Cup celebration in Vegas. But the defending champs would be able to strike early, putting up 2 goals in the first period before stretching their lead to 3 in the second period. Seattle's Jared McCann would manage to get the Kraken on the board in the second, now scoring in 3 consecutive season openers. In a scary moment for the Kraken, as Brandon Tanev would go down after a major penalty from Brett Howden. He would leave the game and not return. One final goal from the Golden Knights on an empty net would ice the game for Vegas as the Kraken would fall in their first game of the 23-24 campaign 4-1. Well, some sad news out of Texas. Olympic gold medalist Mary Lou Retton is fighting a rare form of pneumonia and is currently hospitalized. Her daughter reported on social media. The retired gymnast is battling for her life. She asked for prayers and donations to help her mother's medical bills. Retton is currently in intensive care at a Texas hospital, and her daughter says her mother cannot breathe on her own. Retton captured the hearts of Americans during the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. She won the women's all-around medal at the Summer Games when she was just 16 years old. Retton was inducted in the International Gymnastics Hall of Fame in '97. She is 55 now and has 4 children. We wish her the best. Coming up, you may want to keep an eye on your pets as a strain of avian flu has found its way into mammals. And I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. More rain, more wind. Let me get you ready for your Wednesday coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Next, E.T.
E.T., what up? Much love, baby.
We're backstage at the BET Hip Hop Awards. Plus, is Ludacris joining Usher for Super Bowl halftime?
I mean, that's a secret.
Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Did you know Astria Health has the only team of neurosurgeons in the Lower Valley? Patients no longer need to travel long distances to receive the spine care they need. Patients with spinal tumors, stenosis, herniated or degenerative disc diseases, spine trauma, fractures, or spinal cord injury can be seen by an Astria neurosurgeon in Prosser, Sunnyside, or Zillah. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to one of our neurosurgeons. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course.
And with the lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
Is Medicare planning the last thing on your list? If you're approaching retirement age, contact the professionals at Stand Fortier Insurance Services and get answers to all your Medicare insurance questions. Let Stand Fortier guide you through the Medicare maze. Stand Fortier Insurance Services, bringing clarity to the complex.
Join me Thursday at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar for our Golden Bachelor watch party. Awesome food and drinks, great giveaways, and Tri-City's own Faith Martin competing for the Golden Bachelor.
From Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar, Active for Life, and Apple Valley News Now.
It's a Saturday showdown in Seattle as the Oregon Ducks blow into Husky Stadium to battle Washington. The Ducks, the Huskies, their final regular season Pac-12 meeting ever. Watch Saturday at 12:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Give me some cities that you think are growing the fastest.
Growing the fastest. I'm going to say Austin.
Yes!
Next live, Lisa Edelstein. What do I win?
My adoration.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Hope you're having a good one so far. And we have rain and wind to talk about this morning. We do have shower activity. It's just starting to move just past the Yakima Valley and Toppenish regions. We are still seeing some heavier cells just in Prosser. It's been raining there for the last hour, pretty heavy at times, and it's starting to creep closer and closer to Hermiston, actually getting there in the Tri-Cities very soon. We'll see the Blue Mountain region get more showers here very soon as well. Well, let's take a look at our future cast. And again, heavy cells coming through the Mid-Columbia. This is a look just about an hour from now, and then it will continue to move into the Blue Mountain region. Stick around the Mid-Columbia a bit, maybe a bit of a break as we get to our afternoon and evening for the Yakima Valley, and then just scant showers as we get to our evening hours. That'll finally move on out, and we'll be looking at nicer conditions for your Thursday and your Friday. Unfortunately, though, it looks like clouds will return as we get to early on Saturday, which means that partial eclipse we've been talking about may not be visible. But hopefully we'll see a clearing, and I'll get to that eclipse here in a second. So current temperatures, we're right in those lower 50s, upper 40s, as we're staying just a little cooler than we were yesterday morning at this time. We have seen quite a bit of wind coming through our areas. It has slowed down for the Yakima Valley. We were at 15 mile per hour just about an hour ago. We're at lower teens for much of the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. We'll see these winds continue, maybe even up to 20 miles per hour as we get into our early afternoon. Then we'll see it all slow down for light winds tomorrow. So the eclipse this year, we have an annular eclipse. What does that mean? It's not a total eclipse where the moon doesn't completely shut the sun out, but it'll have a ring of fire around it. Be pretty spectacular. Our next total eclipse is in 2024, next year in April, but nowhere near our areas, mostly in Texas and the Midwest. As we head into the eclipse path, we're about 70 to 80% partial eclipse for our areas, and maybe even up to 80, just depending on where you're at. The eclipse path is going to go through Eugene, going to go through Bend, Oregon for the that ring of fire effect. And the timing for it will be Saturday morning at 9:20. And if you do even check out the partial eclipse, you're going to want a pair of these glasses. We picked these up at the register at Circle K. So again, if you're even looking at the partial eclipse, you're going to want protection. Protect your eyes. But could be spectacular. We just hope that cloud coverage gets out. So our highs today, lower 60s to upper 50s across the board. We're a touch cooler than we were yesterday, and we're just going to be staying cooler into tomorrow. And then we have a bit of a warming trend, still below our average for this time of year, into our weekend. For Yakima, 65 on Thursday, and then mid to upper 60s starting on Friday. and more cloud coverage expected. Maybe a little bit of shower activity on Eclipse Saturday. Hopefully that forecast changes. In the Tri-Cities area, pretty much the same story, up to the upper 60s by Friday and into your next work week. And we do have a little bit of shower activity expected next week. So today, AM showers with AM winds for the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. All of that will take care of itself and slow down into our evening with a nicer Thursday and Friday on the way.
Agriculture and livestock are major industries in our area, and Washington researchers are now investigating the avian flu virus in order to make sure the animals are protected. Now, it usually only affects birds, but several harbor seals in the Puget Sound recently tested positive for the disease. And since it's now affecting seals, researchers want to find out if other mammals could be affected. The University of Washington School of Medicine and Public Health are working to find out if the latest bird flu strain poses a risk to humans. In this video, an interview courtesy of UW Medicine, University of Washington professor Dr. Peter Rabinowitz says, although the chances are low that a person in Washington state would contract the disease, it's still best to take precautions.
It's really an unprecedented outbreak. The number of countries involved, the number of different types of animals involved, both birds and mammals, is something we've absolutely never seen before.
The original H5N1 virus that was discovered in domestic birds in 1996. Outbreaks of flu have become much more frequent since that discovery, and your pets could help spread the disease if you're not careful.
I'd say be careful with your pets, be careful about them having contact with sick or dead wildlife, just the same as you should take care and have precautions about that.
The Washington State Department of Health reports that the strain of avian flu has been found in birds throughout the United States since 2022. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, it's this week's installment of Operation Best Friend. We'll introduce you to Marley next.
Leading the way and hitting our mark for 30 years. Your locally owned and operated Arrow Construction Supply.
Hi, Mo. I need your help. My humans were run off the road by a car that drove off. What should we do? The law says you have 72 hours to report it to law enforcement to make a claim on their insurance, so have them go do a police report? Thanks, Mo. You're the best, hun. I'll give Brumback and Autumn a call. That way, I can come see you.
Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
Paws Natural Pet Emporium is proud to be a partner with Apple Valley News Now's Operation Best Friend. Pets adopted from Operation Best Friend segments come with a $50 gift card for use at Paws Natural Pet Emporium. Watch Wednesdays on Good Morning Northwest.
Check out Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, your local Old Hickory Sheds dealer. We sell and deliver a wide variety of buildings, including storage sheds, lofted barns, playhouses, cabins, and more. Come visit us at 3680 West Van Giesen Street in West Richland.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. Plus, receive $1,000 off your new siding project for new construction as well as remodels. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Give yourself that new car feeling with a detail from ProClean Auto Detail Systems. Details start at just $125 and we'll make your car look and feel like new. Gift certificates are available. Forget the rest and come to the best. ProClean Auto Detail Systems. It's like being in a lava lamp. Sagebrush and Bloom, your retro decor store. Groovy clothing and far out furniture and the music that takes you back. Sagebrush and Bloom, the vintage store you've been looking for. With close to 20 vendors, there's something for everybody. Come visit us today.
Leading the way and hitting our mark for 30 years. Your locally owned and operated Arrow Construction Supply.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. It is time for Operation Best Friend when we introduce you to a pet in need of a permanent home. Liz Howard is here from the Benton Franklin Humane Society. Thank you for being here, Liz. And you've brought Marley.
Yes.
So tell me, what kind of dog is Marley and what makes her special?
So surprisingly, believe it or not, Marley is an American Staffordshire Terrier, pit bull mix. Yes, she's had her DNA done on her, and that is what it came back as. She is a great dog, and we love her a lot at the shelter.
Yeah, she seems to be a happy dog. How did she end up coming to the Benton Franklin Humane Society?
So she was a transfer to us from the Benton County Canine Shelter, and she came into our facility with her son, Prince, who is also still in our care.
Okay, how old is she?
She is 4 years old approximately.
Okay, and when you're thinking about the kind of home that would be perfect for Marley, what does that kind of look like?
Marley does great in a home with other animals. She does great with children and is very well socialized, so could be a great match for someone.
All right, and I heard that Marley recently got to attend the annual Fast and Furriest 5K. Can you tell me about her participation in that event?
Yes, so she attended the event with one of our team members, TJ, and she had a ball. She ran the event, showed everyone what a great time it was and what a great girl she is as well.
I'm sure she had a really fast time.
Oh yes, she came sprinting through that finish line as we all cheered her name on.
Well, how should people get in contact with you if they're interested in meeting Marley and seeing if their home would be the right fit?
Yeah, so the best way to contact us is on our website, which is www.bfhs.com, and all of our contact information is on there, and you can learn about our adoptable pets too.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Liz and Marley, for being here.
Thank you.
Coming up, Republican House representatives are expected to vote on a new speaker later today, despite the popular belief that no candidate will be able to break the deadlock.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's Pizza Party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
Why did you choose Sunset Gardens?
I had Skip's urn at home for 2 years. In my mind, when Skip passed and I had him cremated, that urn was always going to be at home. But what I realized is that there was no closure. So in placing him and giving him that honor, I know that his spirit is now soaring where it should be, and mine is soaring where it should be.
See what makes Sunset Gardens the perfect choice for your loved ones.
In 2014, Benton County voters passed an initiative to fund law and justice efforts. This allowed police departments to increase staffing, improve officer retention, reduce backlog in the justice system, fund gang prevention, fund drug court, fight sex trafficking, and improve the quality of life in our communities. Continue to keep Benton County safe. Vote to approve Proposition 1.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Paws Natural Pet Emporium is proud to be a partner with Apple Valley News Now's Operation Best Friend. Pets adopted from Operation Best Friend segments come with a $50 gift card for use at Paws Natural Pet Emporium. Watch Wednesdays on Good Morning Northwest.
Looking for a cozy fall event for your entire family? Queensgate Gardens in Richland has a perfect one for you. Featuring a corn and hay bale maze, a dump truck slide, pumpkin archery and painting, and more. Come visit us at Queensgate Gardens for a seasonal memory you'll never forget.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
The GOP is expected to vote on a new speaker later today, but the two major candidates may not have enough votes to be elected. This comes as Representative George Santos now faces 10 additional criminal charges in the newest indictment filed against him.
And chilly conditions continue today with some winds and some AM showers. I'll get you prepared in my first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Wednesday. We've made it to midweek and we have some showers to talk about this morning.
Yes, we do.
Especially in Prosser. They've been getting some pretty heavy showers for the last about hour. All of our areas are going to see a little bit of shower activity today, kind of what we saw yesterday, and windy conditions, especially in the mid-Columbia and Blues, but then clearing. We'll see nicer, still cool days Thursday and Friday. So
still feeling like fall.
Oh, I think we're here.
We're not going back. We're not going back to those summer conditions.
I got my coat out last night.
Oh, you did?
I wore it this morning. Yes.
Okay.
My it's a leather jacket, but it's what I wear during the winter. Let's take a look in the fall. Let's take a look outside. And again, a little bit of a blustery start to your day and a little bit of wetness as well. Let's take a look at that radar. And we have, again, a heavy cell which is finally moving its way through Prosser. It has pretty much sat on top of Prosser for the last hour or so. We are seeing the showers moving very close to the Tri-Cities, already rumbling through Hermiston, and we're going to see more shower activity for all of our areas. Again, hit or miss showers today. We're just a tad cooler than yesterday, right around the 60-degree mark, your high for Yakima, mid to lower 60s for the mid-Columbia. We will see winds for the mid-Columbia and Blue Mountain regions continue 10 to 20 mile per hour. Those will slow down with those showers as we get to the middle to late part of our afternoon to early evening. Much nicer and calmer Thursday and Friday is on the way. So cool temperatures continue, mostly AM showers. And we're going to talk about that partial eclipse on Saturday for our areas. If you travel a little bit south, you can see the full thing, but we'll get to that later on. Right now, we're going to send it back to Jill.
Students on campus at the University of Washington gathered together yesterday to mourn the loss of graduate Dr. Haim Katzman, who was killed in the conflict between Israel and Hamas. Rabbi Mendel Weingarten, who works on campus with Hasidic Jewish movement Chabad, says that the Jewish community is relying on each other during this difficult time.
The Jewish people were very close-knit, we're very united. We say Am Yisrael Chai. We're around, we've been around, we'll continue to be around. And that close connection hits home when there's a challenge like this.
A government shutdown is still looming, causing a lot of uncertainty for federal workers in our area. Israel is at war, and Congress is largely unable to help. House Republicans say they hope to change that by electing a new House Speaker today. First on the agenda is a proposed rule change. It would ensure a candidate has enough support to take the gavel before a floor vote. After that, Republicans hope to pick a new speaker. Two men are vying for the job as a government shutdown looms. Representative Jim Jordan proposes a long-term stopgap funding bill with spending cuts. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise says he wants to give Senate Democrats, he wants to get them to negotiate.
I'm very confident that both of these men would represent an upgrade over Speaker McCarthy, so I'm not concerned that the things that really imperiled his speakership would be baggage carried by either a Speaker Jordan or a Speaker Scalise.
It's unclear if either candidate has enough support to get elected. Federal prosecutors are accusing Congressman George Santos of stealing the identities of donors and running up thousands of dollars in fraudulent charges on their credit cards. The New York Republican pleaded not guilty to 13 federal charges in May. A fresh round of charges in a superseding indictment on Tuesday effectively replaces the earlier case against Santos. Now there are 10 new charges. They include allegations he embezzled cash from his company and conspired with his former campaign treasurer to falsify donation totals to hit fundraising targets set by national Republicans. The indictment is wider in scope and provides new details about Santos' alleged efforts to personally profit through his campaign. Pressed by a reporter Tuesday on whether he would resign, Santos said he will not.
Will you? I did not have access to my phone. I have no. Will you resign? I have no clue of what you guys are talking about. No, I will not. Excuse me. You will not resign. Why? You stole people's identities. I will.
The new charges come days after Nancy Marks, his treasurer during the 2022 campaign, pleaded guilty to a count of conspiracy to defraud the U.S. by committing one or more federal offenses. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Slowly seeing a little bit of light creep in for your Wednesday morning or midweek morning. We have more showers and winds to talk about today, but changes starting tomorrow. I'll get you ready in your first alert weather forecast coming up.
Plus, a rare celestial event is set to darken the skies over the weekend. I'll tell you more about the upcoming Ring of Fire eclipse.
A portion of the news is sponsored by Kubota.
KFC's Wednesday Country Fried Steak Meal is a delicious value, complete with mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a biscuit, all for the incredible price of just $5.99. Really, what's left to say? How about see you again next Wednesday? Country Fried Steak Meal, just $5.99, only at KFC.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you. Which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
Experience Minecraft like never before at Minecraft the Exhibition, now at the MAC. Explore the 3D world of the best-selling video game of all time and pop culture phenomenon in this dynamic and immersive exhibition. Step inside the blocky world of Minecraft based on actual in-game builds. Meet 15 life-size Minecraft creatures, including the explosive creeper and mysterious Enderman. Try the game and explore some epic creations from the community. Minecraft the Exhibition for players and non-players of all ages at the MAC in Spokane.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located, and now Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff at $3.95 and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
I'm Buzz the Bee from the Painting Bees. I'm a local bee. I started painting houses, and here I am. So what do? We're a local painting company. We paint exterior, we do interior painting, and cabinetry as well. And we're here to take care of everybody, even the DIYers. And so why shouldn't you do this by yourself? Because of our combined 15 years of experience painting homes in the Tri-Cities area. So if you're interested in a free estimate, visit our website or call us at 509-591-8160.
It's a Saturday showdown in Seattle as the Oregon Ducks blow into Husky Stadium to battle Washington. The Ducks, the Huskies, their final regular season Pac-12 meeting ever. Watch Saturday at 12:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Give me some cities that you think are growing the fastest.
Growing the fastest. I'm going to say Austin.
Yes!
Next Live, Lisa Edelstein. What do I win?
My adoration.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Millions of Americans will turn their eyes to the sky this weekend as a partial solar eclipse is set to begin Saturday morning.
That's right. The rare Ring of Fire eclipse will dim the skies over parts of the western U.S. and Central and South America. And it's when the moon lines up perfectly between the Earth and the sun, blocking out everything but the outer rim of the sun.
Very cool. Now it's supposed to last for about 5 minutes, while the entire eclipse is expected to last anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. If you do decide to check out the eclipse, sunglasses aren't enough to prevent eye damage. You need proper protection throughout the entire eclipse.
That's right. So you need glasses like that. I can't see a darn
Very
thing.
stylish.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And they go over my glasses very nice, but
that works out really well.
We found these at Circle K. So even the partial eclipse, it's
Yes.
going to happen in the 9 o'clock hour Saturday morning. I'll get more into it in my full forecast. Make sure you have protection like this, and you look as cool
And you won't be damaging your
as
eyes.
I look right
Yes.
now. All right, folks, your first alert weather forecast. I promise I'll take these off, is coming up next.
And when we come back, Riley Fitzgerald joins us to share her interview with Pasco School District Superintendent Michelle Whitney on today's edition of Superintendent Sit Down. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Are you looking for a bank that has traditional values and modern solutions? Are you looking for a bank that is member-owned? Are you looking for a bank that leaves a lasting impact on the community? I've got news for you. You're not looking for a bank. Belong to something better. Join Hatho Community Credit Union, where you are more than just a member. Visit hatho.org to join today. Where do you credit union?
When you or your loved one has been seriously injured, you want the best law firm on your side. Abeta Nelson Injury Law is the most highly awarded and experienced personal injury firm in Central Washington. Our office has secured the most million-dollar car crash recoveries in Central Washington. You can trust us to have your back. The time for bringing your claim is limited, so don't wait. Call us today for a no-obligation consultation. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. Plus, receive $1,000 off your new siding project for new construction as well as remodels. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
We're Washington Broadband, Yakima's original internet company, with over 250 square miles of fixed wireless, 60 miles of cable, 20 miles of fiber to the home. We are serious internet. Throughout the year, our crews are building fiber and cable to homes and businesses in the upper Yakima Valley. We've never raised our prices in 28 years. With 7-day-a-week support, we're also a phone company. Go to WABroadband.com to find us. We're Yakima's hometown source to the world.
Hi, I'm Gino from Italstone. We just received a new container of quartz Britannica Gold made in the USA. Visit at Italstone today to see, touch, and choose from a huge inventory in stock. At Italstone, we measure, fabricate, and install your kitchen and bath countertops in 5 to 7 days. No one can beat Italstone prices, apples to apples. Here at Italstone, we are with you every step of the way.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. We've made it to midweek, seeing just a hint of light starting to break through, and we have more shower activity to talk about and wind action. Let's take a closer look. Yakima, you've just had showers on the periphery, but it has been moving to the east, but we have more rounds of shower activity expected for Yakima. Prosser, you've seen heavier cells. Look at this. It's just been sitting on top of Prosser. We're finally seeing it coming into Hermiston last half hour, and it's about to get into the Tri-Cities. So more shower activity on and off this morning. Now in our futurecast, we're going to be seeing pretty good amounts of showers popping up through our early afternoon, and then it's going to start to clear up as we get to our evening hours. And by overnight tonight into tomorrow, we're going to see actually some clearing, some sunshine expected for your Thursday and your Friday. The bad news is we do expect clouds to still pop up as we get to Saturday morning. That is the timing for our partial eclipse. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I'll get to that in a bit. So current temperatures, lower 50s, upper 40s. So we're staying a little warm in our morning hours, but our highs today, even a little bit off of yesterday, mid to lower 60s. Winds, we're still seeing quite a bit of wind action in the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region. 10 to 20 mile per hour winds into the afternoon. Then we'll see those slow down to light overnight, as well as those rains slowing down overnight into tomorrow. So much better conditions are on the way. So we have that eclipse. We just talked about it. It's an annular eclipse. So that means the moon isn't complete. It's not a total eclipse. We'll have that ring of fire, very Johnny Cash, as we move into the eclipse. Our next total eclipse will be in April of next year, but that goes through Texas, in the Midwest and the East Coast. Our areas are going to see, though, this annular eclipse. So the eclipse path, it goes right through Eugene, Oregon, Bend, Oregon, all the way down in New Mexico into Roswell. I think that'd be a fantastic place to watch a partial eclipse at least. Our areas, most of our areas are in the 80 to 70%. So that is just a partial eclipse. And still remember to wear protective coverage on your eyeballs if you do watch the eclipse. And the timing for Eugene, it's at 9:20. So for our areas, it'll be around that time as well. So if you're going to check out the eclipse, just hope that our forecast is wrong and those clouds will be out of the way. Our highs today for your Wednesday, back to today, lower 60s, upper 50s for the Yakima Valley and Ellensburg. In the Mid-Columbia, mid to lower 60s, just a couple degrees off of yesterday. Cooler along the Blues, upper 50s, lower 60s. 7-day forecast, and we are starting to warm up a bit tomorrow as we clear up. Then we'll be in the mid to upper 60s through our weekend into our next work week. More shower activity possible Saturday into our weekend. In the Tri-City, into our next work week, in the Tri-Cities area, mid-60s through tomorrow, and then upper 60s starting on Friday. And again, we do have forecasted plenty of cloud coverage for the morning of Saturday. So hopefully it moves out so we can see that eclipse nearby. Get ready for morning showers coming to an end in the afternoon. So will the winds into our early evening. A much nicer Thursday and Friday is on the way.
Thank you, Jason. Now we're sending it over to Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald with the Superintendent Sit Down.
Good morning, Jill. We're sitting down with superintendents as we continue to kick off this school year. We're asking what the most important things are to school districts and what problems education systems are facing. In this edition of the Superintendent Sit Down, today we hear from Pasco School District Superintendent Michelle Whitney.
What would you say some big goals are for this school year?
Well, we have lots of exciting things happening in Pasco. We just opened a brand new facility, our Digital Learning Center, which was really a focus for us as we continued to evolve through the pandemic. We recognized that the iPal program we had in advance of the pandemic wasn't going to be enough to serve our families and communities. So we were able to purchase a building with ESSER funds and do remodeling, which allowed us to expand our digital learning opportunities for families and to also add a health service center so that we continue to keep our eye on mitigation strategies and requirements for COVID, but also it gives us a centralized location for our school nurses and our health focus that's always existed even pre-pandemic in Pasco. The big celebration for our community was the groundbreaking of the new high school. So that planning and preparation and moving those plans forward is a real focus for us this year. We want to do all of those pieces in a way that's in partnership with our community. So we've been engaging our community around naming the schools. We had hundreds of names given to the district through an electronic platform that we're using for the first time called Thought Exchange. And we chose that platform specifically because of the interactive nature of the platform. It's not just a survey, but it can be a two-way dialogue between the survey and our community. So we really would deeply understand what our community wants in terms of a name. And so that's all with a committee right now who are vetting those names up against our policy and preparing to bring that to the board in October. We're also right in the middle of continuing our plans for our small innovative high school or our career and college academy, both designing the building in collaboration with stakeholders, but also designing the program. And we're very excited about this potential of the school. It'll be a pathway-based school focused on technology, engineering, manufacturing, but also human and health services. So the idea is a student can go through this 4 years in this pathway-based program and have this continuum of options in, for example, human and health services, where they maybe are prepared to go to a 2-year, 4-year university or beyond around being a doctor or a physical therapist, but it also might be using their bilingualism with some certificate training they get while they're with us to be a medical translator, for example. So we want that whole continuum to be available to our students through this school. So lots of great things happening, which on the surface seems like facilities, but for us it's much deeper than that. The building is the building, but it's really about the program that we offer in our buildings that meet our students where they are and leverage their hopes and dreams for themselves after their time with us.
And this is just a piece of my long conversation with Superintendent Whitney. You can find the extended version on our website or on our YouTube channel, Apple Valley News Now. Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we sit down with Superintendent Pete Peterson with the Kiona-Benton School District. Catch us here tomorrow. Jill, I'll send it back to you.
We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast. But first, a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, ready, set, shop.
Retailers are trying to keep that momentum.
And they're doing it with an early and aggressive sales strategy from Amazon and its retail competitors, with holiday kickoff sales in full swing already.
Over the past few years, we've seen the holiday shopping season just kind of expand and grow out. So retailers have kind of seen this trend grow, and now they're just sort of seeing how far they can carry it.
Not only are retailers trying to get you to buy from them, but they want you to buy earlier than ever. And they're enticing you with sales. Like the 64 gig iPad, it was $329, now $249. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the shopping strategies you need to figure out if you should buy now or wait until Black Friday. With your GMA First Look, I'm Becky Worley, ABC News, Oakland, California.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Hurry up, Dad.
I'm trying. This cheap stuff is too thin.
Here's Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved. Woo-hoo!
With its diamond weave texture, Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort.
What's everybody waiting for? This?
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
And for a shower fresh clean feeling, try Charmin flushable wipes.
Ah, it's a good day to cough. Oh no.
Bye-bye, cough.
Later chest congestion. Hello, 12 hours of relief.
12 hours? Okay, not coughing at yoga. Antiquing not coughing. Not coughing at the movies? Hashtag still not coughing? Ah! Ow!
Mucinex DM gives you 12 hours of relief from chest congestion in any type of cough, day or night. It's not cough season. It's always comeback season.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:51. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. A man has been arrested in connection to the death of a 2-month-old in 2021. 41-year-old Timothy Barnett was arrested on suspicion of manslaughter. Kennewick police officers and first responders were answering a call to a home on the 4300 block of West Hood Avenue, saying the 2-month-old had stopped breathing. The baby died at the scene. Barnett was arrested October 9th. He is currently in the Benton County Jail on over $1 million bond. Experts say the first priority in most domestic violence cases is to make sure survivors are able to get away from abusive situations. But the Yakima Domestic Violence Coalition is attempting to approach the problem from a different angle, making sure the treatment for abusers is working. Domestic violence intervention treatment is reportedly around 74% effective, but only 4 organizations in Yakima County offer it, and advocates say the resources aren't enough to meet demand for the program. The owner of Classic Towing in Pasco has been arrested after Pasco police conducted a search warrant on the company. On October 5th, owner Jesse Lopez was arrested for allegations of criminal impersonation, extortion, and theft. Pasco police says if anyone has done business with Classic Towing and believe they may have been a victim, to contact Detective Taylor at the number on your screen. The Marcus Whitman Hotel has been closed since September 14th after a gasoline leak was found in the basement, meaning the staple for tourism, conferences, and events in downtown Walla Walla has been losing out on potential revenue. The closure has also affected the day-to-day commute for local residents. The city has worked to adjust the situation. The hotel is expected to open back up tomorrow. Yakima Valley College has received a $1 million grant from the National Science Foundation designed to support STEM students from low-income backgrounds over the next 6 years. According to YVC officials, the funding will go toward the college's new Scientist Training 2 program, as well as providing students with research opportunities, field trips, and other resources. About $600,000 has been set aside for scholarships meant to enable at least 60 low-income students to complete their degrees. Last night, the Seattle Kraken kicked off their season, hoping to spoil the Golden Knights' Stanley Cup celebration. The Golden Knights would take a 3-0 lead to 3 in the second period when Seattle's Jared McCann would manage to get the Kraken on the board. Now scoring in 3 consecutive season openers. One final goal from the Golden Knights on the empty net would ice the game for Vegas, and the Kraken would fall in their first game of the 2023-24 campaign 4-1. Hops are one of the main crops produced in the Yakima Valley, and beer is one of the world's most widely consumed beverages, but as the world gets hotter, it may not taste the same. The Global Change Research Institute says hops in major beer-producing countries are ripening earlier and producing less ever since 1994. That means they are starting to lose their critical bitter component. According to the study, temperatures have already shifted the start of hop growing season by 13 days from 1970 to 2018. Agriculture and livestock are major industries in our area, and Washington researchers are now investigating the avian flu virus in order to make sure the animals are protected. It usually only affects birds, but several harbor seals in the Puget Sound recently tested positive for the disease. That means other mammals may be at risk. The University of Washington School of Medicine and Public Health are working to find out if the latest bird flu strain poses a risk to humans.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. We've made it to midweek. Shower activity getting close to the Tri-Cities as we're seeing light, but folks, we're seeing quite a bit of shower activity, especially rumbling through Prosser in the last hour or so. We've seen the shower activity move to the east of Yakima, Toppenish, but we have more rounds on the way of shower activity into the Mid-Columbia. Prosser, you're finally getting out of that heavier cell. That is the yellow in there. Tri-Cities area or you're seeing some shower activity as we speak. Hermiston, this will soon move over into the blues. So here's what we can expect as we're moving along in the morning. More scattered showers throughout our area, some heavier cells into the Hermiston area, Pendleton area possible. But as we get to our afternoon, we'll start to see it break up and start to get out of our areas. That is going to be the case for our winds as well. Much nicer conditions for your Thursday and your Friday. So do get ready for things to be settling down. But that partial eclipse for our areas coming Saturday morning, we still expect to see plenty of clouds then. Hopefully that forecast changes. So temperatures right now, we're in the lower 50s to upper 40s, staying pretty close to where we were yesterday, maybe a touch cooler. And as we get into our afternoon, we are going to see these winds slow down, but do expect to see between 10 to maybe even 20 mile per hour winds for the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region as we head into our afternoon, and then those will slow overnight. Here's our highs for today. We're in those lower 60s for Yakima, Toppenish, 59 for Ellensburg. Over in the Mid-Columbia, mid to lower 60s. Into the blues, we are right in the upper 50s to lower 60s. So a chilly day today. Make sure you have your coat and again, a little protection from the rain. So Yakima will warm up tomorrow to 65. Upper to mid 60s into our weekend and our next work week. More shower activity possible this weekend, but more likely in our next work week. And again, cloudy conditions are expected for that partial eclipse Saturday morning. Tri-Cities area, 65 tomorrow, upper 60s for your weekend. little bit less of a chance of some shower activity for your weekend, but still pretty good for our next work week. So for your Wednesday, off and on showers this morning, clearing up into our evening, winds slowing down as well, but staying chilly. Jill.
Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. Your local news is back tonight at 5.